Hi, Cindy Crane here, wishing you Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays. I'm really glad you could join me today, so I wanted to make sure that I had a project that you might enjoy and actually help in your Christmas preparations. We're going to be working with the Winter Tales Collection. This has got to be one of the prettiest collections I have ever seen for the holidays, and I think it's going to be a true classic. Also, I'd like to mention that I think this is probably going to be just a seasonal, one season only. So if you like this collection, feel free to go over to the website. I've got extra kits available, and the rest of the collection will be available through the holidays. Of course, we'll be doing the layouts and having fun doing that, so that when the holidays are over, all you have to do is put in your photos and you're ready to go. But I thought with the kit, there were so many options. At the end, I've put together several projects that you can still do and be ready for the holidays. A little decorating and some additional ideas for you. I want to thank you again for taking time out of your busy schedule. And I know we have 10,000 things to do, but I hope you enjoy what I've done for you today and working along with me. So sit back and enjoy. And happy holidays. Well, before we get started, let's take a look at everything that's in your kit. You're going to have 2 white layers. You're going to have an 8x8 paper pad. You have the chipboard. And you're going to have 2 sheets for your background. Okay, to start, we're going to do a little fussy cutting. So let's open your paper pad and take a look at what's inside. You're going to want to use this page and this page to start. Okay, on the first page, you can see that I've cut right around here, all around the hair, and then brought it over and cut around the trees and then just down the side. So you're going to end up with a piece that looks just like this. For this one, I just cut across the mountains, up around the deer, and you can get as fussy as you like around the antlers. And I brought it down and again cut out the trees, and then just brought it right down by the tree, and then brought the border all the way over to the edge of the paper. So once you have that done, you can just lay it out, and it's going to be right in the corners. Just leave a little bit of, maybe like 1/4 of an inch off the edge. Now, next, you're going to see on this page again that you cut the reindeer from. I took and I cut the corner piece. So this is going to become an embellishment in the corner. Let's go through the book again till we get to this page. You see on the back side that I've used several of these pieces. So now you can just trim them down and be sure to leave a little bit of an edge so it makes its own frame. Then as we get to this page, this particular side border, you'll want to trim that down because you'll be using that on the edge underneath this little corner piece that you cut. All right, now the next page we're going to come to is one of the background papers. And for that one, I need you to cut 2 pieces. And this is going to fit your photo. So you can adjust the size to whatever size you think you might need. And make sure you cut 2 of them out of this page. Next we come to this little scene. And from here, I just took the bottom border. And you can just trim that off. And make sure you save the rest of these because you're going to make more sheets, more layout sheets, and you can also even incorporate this into a beautiful card. Now we come to this little piece, this little border piece. There's actually 2 of them in the paper pad, so I want you to trim those out. And we'll set those aside for later. Now, on the poinsettia sheet, I want you to take this one out and just pick a few that you like and fussy cut them, because we're going to use those as embellishments. Now you'll notice there's a lot of other images in here, so if you want to substitute any of them, please go ahead and do that. And on this last sheet, which is the back cover, you can also use all of these images just by fussy cutting them out. Okay, now that you have all your pieces cut out, and also at this point, grab your chipboard, and from that one I selected several different images. You just remove them. And these are adhesive back. So now you have all your pieces and we're ready to assemble. Okay, now to put it together, I'm using a tape runner today, but you can use any double-sided tape and also the 3D foam pads. So the first piece to go down is our corner piece, the Winter Princess. So I used foam tape behind and then just laid it on the corner, as I said before. Just leave a little bit of an edge so it doesn't just hang off. Now next, let's put in our photo frame. And just a little bit of tape on the back. And then I positioned it just about there. Leave a little edge. And then your photo piece. And we'll just lay it right there. Now I had you cut out a border, the small blue border, and that's going to fit right between the princess and the photo piece. That one, if you'd like to raise it up and give it a little dimension, fine. But I'm going to just tape it in place. It's off by just a smidge. Okay. Next, I'm going to use the Winter Tales from the chipboard. I've already applied a little piece of foam behind it, and that's going to sit right here. Next, I want to add the vertical border. So there again, just apply a little bit of tape. And you can position that just about midway in this space. Line it up straight and press it down. Now for your little journaling cards, again, we'll just put down a little adhesive. And you'll probably want to use more than I am, but this is just a temporary. And then I lined that up just about at the bottom of your photo card. And then the next one. Just, oops. Well, that would have been wrong because I had it upside down. All right. And then for a little dimension, I took one of the chipboard poinsettias, little 3D foam tape, there. And then at the very bottom, I took 2 of the poinsettias that we fussy cut. And I'm going to add a little foam tape. Now this one I'm going to double it up since I already have this piece raised. I want this to be on top. Set that right there. Just a bit. There, that's perfect. And this one can, the next one can go underneath. And just tuck it right there. And your first page is complete. Okay, for our next page, the first thing I'd like you to do is take the reindeer that you cut out, put some foam tape behind it, and again, just lay it in the corner with just a little bit of an edge. And like we did in the last one, we'll do our photo page. And that one, we'll just kind of lay it down just about the same margin as you gave on the other sheet. Photo layer. And I did it this way because then if you have a smaller photo, then you're going to end up with a double frame. Now next, take one of your little squares. And on this one I'm going to put a little foam tape. I like the extra dimension on a page. And that one we're going to sit right about here. Okay. Next, we're going to do this little border that we cut out. And for that one, I set it down maybe about maybe about 3/4 of an inch from the bottom, and about a 1/2 inch from the left. And that brings us to this piece. I'd like to raise that one up. So again, grab some foam squares. And we'll take this piece, and then you can set it down. Just line it up with your border. And then I also used another card just to overlay here. Now this one you can raise up or you can just leave it flat, but I think I'll raise that one up as well. Okay, and that one I just offset it just a little bit. Now we also have another little border And you can just slide in right there, which I probably should have done before I put the card down, but at least it's raised up. Slide that one into place. Line that up with your photo card. And you're good to go. Now for the chipboard pieces. I put foam tape on this one. Just center that right there. Next, we have another little winter princess. Another piece of foam tape. Now this also has a sticky or an adhesive back on it. So if you want to just lay it flat, that's fine. And we'll just place her right here by the reindeer and the sleigh to kind of finish off the scene. And then for the ones that you fussy cut, a little more foam. I hope you can't hear my stomach growling, but it is. And then another chipboard piece right under there. And then to finish it off, just another little poinsettia as an accent. And there you have it. Now for the extras I promised you. I've collected a lot of the things that we previously cut out, the poinsettias, and then I've picked some trims, a little bit of lace, some glitter, a little bit of glue. And to start with, we're going to make an ornament. I just took a simple wooden base, picked one of the papers, and just trace around. So just cut it out. And then with a little bit of glue, we're going to apply it to the wooden ornament. And you have that finished. We're just going to sand down the edges a little bit, just to make it even around the edge. And now for the decorating. From the chipboard pieces, I took the reindeer. I thought that would be pretty on this ornament. So just pop it off the card. And with a little bit of foam tape, we're going to attach it to the ornament. Now I thought I would take one of the sentiments off the sheet that you have and just fussy cut around that. And just glue that in place. Now with some of the poinsettias that we fussy cut, now you can just have a little play with these. Pick some of the pieces that you like, a little bit of lace, and just glue it in wherever you like. And now for the poinsettias. I like to fold them in. It gives them a little bit of dimension. So once you have several chosen, a little bit of hot glue or glue if you prefer, and just attach them to your ornament. Okay, next we're going to take some of the fluid gloss. And this is just to add a little bit of glassy look. And then I sprinkled it with some glitter. And then in the background, I thought I would take it and add a little more of the fluid gloss. So just dot it in, and this is a self-leveling product. A little bit of the glamour sparkles in the background. Add another flower if you like to finish it off. And now just take some pretty twine or string for the hanger. I took a little bit of silk ribbon and I soaked it and crumpled it for the bow. Add in a little twine and just make yourself a pretty bow. Little hot glue. And attach it to the ornament. And you have a beautiful keepsake. Next, we're going to take one of the landscapes and we're going to make a beautiful slimline card. So what I did is I just made my card base, took a little bit of glitter paper, cut the scene, and then went back to the sheet with the circles on it. And I thought I would use the one that matched the card. Now for this one, I used some of the chipboard pieces. Added a few poinsettias. Started to arrange them. Selected another sentiment. And this you can just have a play with. Just start cutting out pieces and arranging them to your own like. And have fun with it. A few more poinsettias. There again, you can look at your chipboard pieces, see if there's anything else you'd like to add. And once you have your layout the way you like it, then we'll assemble. I thought I'd use some of the glitter glue on the chipboard pieces just to give it a little bit of shine. And I'm also going to use the glitter glue on the poinsettias. So for this one, I just brushed it on and set it aside to dry. And then the poinsettias, just give it a little highlight. You could also add some sparkles at this point too with the glitter glue if you'd like a little extra bling. And now for assembly. Just apply some glue to the back of your glitter card and attach it. Next, your landscape. A little bit of foam squares on the back of your circle. And just start to arrange. This is the fun part for me, is to actually make it come together. Add the chipboard piece. And actually, if you don't have the chipboard for this go around, there are a lot of vines and flowers and things that are on the paper pad that you could fussy cut out. Add your sentiment. Now I took the glue pen, and where the snow is, I just added some little dots. Added a little more glitter. Just added a few more at the bottom. And then in the landscape, I just did a real quick little outline for the snow drifts. Just in a few areas. And added some more glitter. And you have a beautiful card. I always like a beautiful holiday table, so I took a 6x4 piece of cardstock and I scored it at the 2-inch and 4-inch. And then just folded it, and we're going to make a little table place card. Now to tape it together, I just used some plain white tape, and I'm going to tape it from the inside. Just attach it to the inside, fold it down, and fold it together, and you have your tent. Now I have a little play around with this to see what you'd like on your place card. You can use any of the circle images. So just audition and see what suits you. I also tried it with one of the tags. Now there's plenty here to do a whole table setting. So everyone can have their own place card. Then I took a little piece of cardstock, 3 7/8 by 1 7/8, and then a 2.5 by 1 3/4 white. And I'm going to use that as the background, and then the white card will have the name on it. Add a little glue to the backer. Attach your white stock. and add your tag. And now you have a pretty little place card. I thought it would add another little sentiment at the bottom of it also. And this is where you can go back and any of the pieces you can fussy cut, add to it. If you want to add flowers, that would be fine too. But that's a nice little touch. As I say, you can add another flower if you'd like. Now let's take a look at some of the other pieces you still have left. Lots of embellishments, a beautiful card. And on the back of this one, I thought that would make a beautiful napkin ring to go along with your place cards. So all I did was take the one sheet that had the borders on it, cut it to about 1.5 inches, and then cut it in sheets so it's like a 4-inch by 1.5 inches or 2. Use some hot glue. And then I auditioned several of the ornaments I'd like to use. I also made the 𝐂𝐬𝐧𝐧𝐞 foam flowers, and they go so well with this collection. The poinsettias are just beautiful. Now you can just slide your ring over your napkin. I decided to add the poinsettia, maybe a little string. Just play with it. If you don't like that, go ahead and add a little bit of ribbon. A little bow, some hot glue, and it's ready for your table. And it looks great with the place card. And there's still more. There's plenty here to make some gift tags. So all I did was take a little piece of matching cardstock, cut out one of the small tags, add a little bit of glue, just trim around the edge. Just punch a little hole, add your string. Another little poinsettia. And you have the perfect gift tag. Now I have another project to show you. I just took one of the wooden tags that I got at Michael's, made some foam flowers, and took that one sheet that we cut the border from. And now you can make a beautiful tag. Again, I used the chipboard, and you'll see how great these coordinate with the patterns. If you'd like, you still have some more images from your chipboard. So just have a play with it. For this one, I decided to use one of the decorative chips, the little filigree. Just put it in place. I might add another sentiment, and you're set to go. And here's what I finished. This is my completed table setting. You can see that I've used everything we made today. I did make some coasters. Now the kits are also available online. There's our ornament on the front of the mug, our napkin holder, our place card, the card that we made, and there was still more left in the kit to make an additional card. So I think you'll have some fun with this, and I hope I've given you some ideas that are quick and easy, and then you can still have ready for the holidays. Thanks for watching. And once again, Merry Christmas and a wonderful New Year. I've got two new collections to show you right now. First one is Orchids and Cats. It comes in a 12 by 12 and the 8 by 8 paper pad, and they are full of beautiful images. I love the colors in this collection. Full of pinks, some corals, beautiful greens, and of course the cats. The images are just spectacular. I love this scene with the window. Beautiful background papers. And of course the orchids. Now, as with all the collections, there's going to be single sheets that match the paper pad. I can see some beautiful projects in this collection. You make cards, scrapbook pages. There's a lot of home decor ideas that you can do using this. Also have the chipboard pieces, an assortment of rice papers, I love the greens in this background. There's a stamp. There's wood pieces. And these are about 2 or 3 millimeter thick wood. And you can make tags, make scenes with the windows. You even have the potted plants and the cats. There's also the decorative chips. And there were 4 different ones that match this collection. And finally, the molds. This impression mold is just nothing but script. And another one with the clock. Flowers and butterflies. And then the larger mold. And this has a ton of medallions, cats, little paw prints. So there's a lot of great products, and I think you'll find that you can use this for a lot of different occasions. And next, we have the die cuts. And to finish off the collection, we have stencils. Next, we've got calligraphy. This is a beautiful collection, and it's all done in muted colors, but the images are absolutely spectacular. Now, if you're like journaling or keep a diary, or even want to just upgrade your desk set, I think you could make boxes and just store your stationery in it. It's all about calligraphy. This is a beautiful page. I love this one with the alphabet. And there's 8 by 8 and a 12 by 12. And again, there's going to be single sheets. And for scrapbooking, these are ideal for your backgrounds because then you can have the two of the matching sheets. The alphabet again. This is a very pretty background. And also there's going to be the chipboard pieces. And for this collection, there's even gray board. This is pretty much it's a chipboard, but the pieces just pop out and they can be painted and colored and used as embellishments. Perfect on, as I say, journals or diaries. There's also wood pieces. Rice papers. A beautiful stamp. The decorative chips with all the letters of the alphabet. This one is really pretty. The cover for your journal. And again, the alphabet and the pen. There's a beautiful impression mold. And there's a larger mold. It is all the letters of the alphabet. Imagine making molds with these, with initials. And the last mold. And these have the little pens, the inkwell. And this one is really nice. It's like a huge, it's a label that would be, you could put it on a stationery box. And let's not forget the die cuts and a beautiful stencil. So those are the two that I'd like to show you today. And there is also, if you haven't seen it yet, the Lady Vagabond and the Sir Vagabond collections. These all just came in at the beginning of December, but they're available now and they're in stock. So this might be a great way to start out your new year with some new collections and new ideas.